Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is me, Rashi, and I know that I haven't posted for a while, but finally, I'm just going to post whatever. As I am staying at my house most of the time and just working and crocheting and recording and sleeping or watching or eating, whatever. So, whatever comes, and obviously, I do overthink a lot, and everything that comes in my mind from my childhood to now to my teenagehood, whatever. I'm just going to say things. I'm just going to, like be expressive about it. If it helps some of you all, so good for you. But I'm just doing it for myself at this point. As a growing up child, I stayed alone at my house for the longest period of time, I would say. My parents were never there because they would work, both of them. And I always felt unwanted because as a child, what can you make of it? Dheere dheere you will start feeling that maybe they don't want me, and because they would fight a lot like any other parents in the world. So I felt more bad. Like I was like, ki, pehle to you guys are working all day, and then you guys are coming home and fighting. Where am I? And even though if I would try to talk to them, try to tell them about my school or anything, they would just like, they would just be like, jao yahan se. And I was like, right now it's very. So yeah, I'm going to cry. I used to feel like they didn't want me. And when you feel like you're very unwanted, then you want to be wanted from somewhere at least. In my school, I used to go to a girls' school in Delhi. And in my school, I had friends and I would talk to them. Because I knew that घर जाके तो किसी से बात करने मिलेगा नहीं, क्योंकि कोई है नहीं. And ऐसा नहीं कि घर में कोई था नहीं. Like I was living in a joint family in Delhi, but still, there were like very complications, and there was no other kid in the house except me of my age. So I didn't have anyone to talk to, or I couldn't even go outside to play because it was Delhi and my parents wouldn't let me go out. Even though I was alone at home, I could not go out, because there was huge restrictions. I come from an Orthodox family, so you can't wear seamless and all. Like it was a very Orthodox family and very strict parenthood and everything, but they were still very nice. Just saying it. I would just go to school and talk, 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 talk. I was like कि मुझसे ज़्यादा स्कूल में कोई बात ही नहीं करता था. I loved school. I loved going to the school because I would feel like there are people. I didn't used to feel alone at school because I had friends and I would be chill with them and I could just talk to them about anything. And at that time, when you're just a little kiddo, what can you even possibly have to talk about? We would play a lot of games and it was just very nice environment. I just felt like कि मुझे यहीं रहना है. मुझे घर नहीं जाना है. At the time where there was this time when I was a teenager, when I was like 15, 16 or maybe 14 से लेके 16 तक का era, I would not tell my parents anything, even if they tried to ask me. And by that time, my mother would like stay at home, not most of the time, but yeah, comparatively, most. So she would try to talk to me, she would try to, like be nice and all, be like a mother again. I mean, she was there in my house, but I just never felt like I could just tell them anything about myself or my life or my school or anything. I would just not share anything with them because I felt very distant from them. And when you're distant from someone, it's very hard to get back, because there were so many years when I wanted them and they were not there. So I was very angry and I was like, very detached also. So I always felt like there's no point in telling them because they're not going to understand, because I had already made up in my mind that they are not going to understand. And then I started feeling that they are not understanding, you know, because even once in a while, if I would ask them something, can I go to her house, can I go to my friend's house, or whatever, they would not let me. So I was like, these guys are not going to understand me. I feel like that's where I was wrong, because I felt like I I could have spent so much time with them at that point, and I just couldn't, because I had already made up things in my mind against them because I was angry. So I couldn't communicate with them, you know. And later on in life, when my mother was always there for me, and then I started crocheting also. I started up a business and I started posting. And I did not tell my parents about it, that I started posting about all these things and I'm wearing all these clothes, because they were still very, against it. Like, they were still okay, little okay, but you can't be showing your cleavage and all. And I was like, at that time, when I was 18, 19, I felt like it was a very normal thing, okay? I did not think that my body was very provocative. I, I felt confident about my body, okay? And when I started posting, and then I blew up and I was getting those hate comments, and not even hate comments, they were just vulgar people writing vulgar things and calling me vulgar. And I was like, is this how it's going to play out? Like, am I really like this? Because obviously, you get into the zone at a very young age and you don't know how these things go like. And I started feeling like maybe I am this, and I would cry every single day, and I would feel like maybe I should delete everything and just shut down everything. But then I was like, I have to earn. I have to earn for myself, and also to support my family. And to be honest, when I blew up, I was also getting orders for my crocheted clothes. So I was like, wow, this is very good. But at the same time, I would have these people say vulgar things to me and then have the audacity to call me vulgar. And I was like, bro, what is this? You're having, like, what is you? I mean, how can you say such? I honestly felt at that time I was completely gone, I was completely like gone, as in I just didn't know. I just didn't know how to see myself. I always, and then I started to feel that it's my problem, it's my body, it's me which is the problem, and I should just change it somehow, you know. And I would just cry watching myself every day in the mirror, and I would be like, why is my body like this? Why is everything like this? Like, why me? I would just ask why, and I would just tell God every day that please just help me in some way to just so that I can feel okay, because I would just not feel good about myself and my body and whatever that was coming along my way. And even though I was getting a lot of positive side of it also, that my clothes were selling and I was earning and it was working good, and I was crocheting every single day, every single night. I would not sleep and I would crochet. And yet these people were so bad. And then they would like send me like death threats, rape threats, that this is what you deserve, this is going to happen whenever you walk outside of your house, this is what. And I was like, bro, what is this behavior? Like, what is this? It just made me very conscious about myself. And at that time, I told my parents, when I blew up and everything happened, even my relatives were also saying things like that. They saw those comments and they were like, oh, this is what is happening, this is how your daughter is like, and everything. And I was like, you know me, like, they knew me, and how good of a person I am. And to be honest, some of them had never even talked to me, and they were very okay talking about me in groups. And like, I don't know, like, what is wrong with these relatives? I mean, To be honest, having relatives is like a curse, you know. You should not have relatives. I would rather be in a nuclear family with any contact to my relatives. And at that time, my parents were very supportive. My mother would tell me, ki, you know, it's not you, it is them. And she would, you know, uplift me, my soul, and my confidence in every single way that she could. She would tell me, you do whatever you want to do, you post whatever you want to post, you wear whatever you want to wear. Because I know that whatever you have done and whatever you're wearing and doing, it takes a lot of hard work. And she respects it. And it does not matter what the people out there are saying, because every person who's, you know, rising above, there are people to drag them down. So she would tell me all those things, and I was, to be honest, at that time I was like mentally very overwhelmed, you know, because at the same time I was feeling very confident about my body, and then this happened. And then my mother was, you know, she was comforting me in every single way that she could. And not just my mother, my father was also very supportive. And that was very surprising for me, because more than my mother, my father was very conservative. And I was like, whoa, what is happening? What is happening in this world? This is like not making any sense. And धीरे धीरे करके I tried to ignore, and I tried to avoid, and I would delete comments, and I would block people, because I was like, if you are being like this and then still following me, why are you doing that? That is like double standard. Like, what are you like? All the people out there that commented on my post mostly were guys. To be honest, 99% of bad things were said from a guy. But there was some good also, and that was also said from a guy. So then I understood that, yeah, most of the men out there are bad. But some of them are really good too, because I have men in my life too. My father, my brother, my friends, they are very nice. They are very good men. They are great men, to be honest. And they are the type of men which I see in my life, and I feel like, you know, it's not about, you know, anti-men or hating men. It's just those men who are just very sad and upset from their life, and they just can't see a woman, you know, they just can't see a woman, because they think a woman is just supposed to be in the kitchen doing all the kitchen thing, and, you know, wearing the type of clothes they might have seen their mother wear growing up, and that is how they treat women, because they have seen their father treat their mother growing up and whatever. So I was like, okay, let me believe this for a while so that I can be okay. And over a period of time, you know, because I still feel a little affected. I'm not very healed, or I'm not like, I don't care. Obviously, I do not care. But there are few moments in my life when I'm feeling very sad, maybe a day, particular day that I'm feeling very sad, and I hate man. I just hate man. And then there are some days I just feel like there shouldn't be any men or women, you know, we are just people. All of us are just people. So why can't we just support each other, you know, in growing or rising? And to be honest, at this time there are like a lot of opportunities. Everyone is just making out of a career of their interest, you know, whatever your interest is. It does not even matter that there is a career there or not. You have a passion, you have an interest, you can make it work. It is like that. So it does not even matter if there is a career option or not. We are the people who generate career options based on our interest. And obviously, this generation, as weird as it is very fascinating at the same time. So at the end, I just feel very grateful. You know, I have a lot of gratitude for what I'm having right now. And obviously, I have to be better, you know, because every day you just have to be better, not for other people, but for your own self-development and for your own happiness and for your own satisfaction, to be honest. Because being better I mean, at least for me, being better is very important, you know. Every day I just want to be better than yesterday, better than I was 1 hour ago, you know. And you should be like that. You should be thinking like that. I feel gratitude in that I have a house to live. I have a fan that helps me not be sweaty and everything, and I have clothes to wear, and I can afford to have this mic and record this video and put it out in the world, and people can actually see it or not see it, whatever. Really request, you know, not even request. It does not even matter, to be honest. You want to be a good person or a bad person, you decide for yourself. At the end of the day, you will get what you deserve, and at the end of the day, I will get what I deserve. So it does not matter if you're good to me or if you're bad to me. What matters is that how am I to myself. If you want someone else in your life to treat you nicely, you have to treat yourself nicely, because regardless of how a person treats you or how you want to be treated by a person, that will not help you in any way. That will be just like a, you know, a band-aid. But you have to take off that band-aid, and that has to heal by itself. Heal on your own, okay? And until and unless you are healed, at least mentally, because to be honest, whatever physical you can still change, whatever mental you can't change, just stays there, you know. So be grateful and be considerate of other people. And when I say considerate of other people, it means that don't say something that would, you know, hurt them in a way that scars them. To be honest, you being mean is going to change nothing about the other person. Do you understand? And you being mean can only count in your karma of lives that you were mean. And to be honest, whatever you give around comes back to you. So remember that whatever you give is going to come back to you. And if you're bad to me, you will get it. And I do not care. I just do not care about you. And if you're good to me, well, you're going to get back too. So just be considerate, respectful, and grateful. That is all I have to say for this episode. I really feel good saying everything out loud, you know. And I don't know if I'll be posting this, but if I post this out there, I will be feeling so much relaxed. So much relaxed. And I do not care. I do not care if you're a hater, because I am the person you're hating. So obviously I am the more important one in your life. But in my life, you're just one of many people. And for you, I am one. I don't even know if that makes sense, but okay. Does not matter. Oh God. I feel so good. I feel so good. I feel so powerful right now. Not even powerful. I just feel relaxed from the inner heart. But to be honest, you know, it is fine if you have said bad things about me. But maybe in future you can try to be good. Try to be better, dude. Try to be better. Being better is very important. That is something that I've learned, okay? And I'll tell you that story also in a separate video. But yeah, for this video, bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you in my next video. Yeah.